Well, normally we don't test any supercar here at Auto Portal. We are more of a website which offers you road test reviews of everyday, affordable as well as practical cars. But we really had to make an exception for the Audi RS7. Why? Because this is a car which offers you the best of both worlds. It combines technologies from Audi's two extreme ends. It combines the luxury as well as comfort of their A range of saloons and also offers you the supercar performance of their TT as well as R8 brand. So how good is it? Let's find out on the show today. Well, the RS7, just like most other Audis, is a car which offers you a completely faultless cabin, and everything really does feel like it is meant to be there. And as I just said, this is a cabin which will age well. Well, this of course is one of the flagship cars in the Audi range, and what that means is it comes loaded with all the bells and whistles, and I can't really explain all of them to you right here in the video. So what you can do is find out about them by clicking on this link below and head to our website. Well, what also adds to the visual sense of drama is the fact that as soon as you hit this start stop button over here to start the engine, the speakers pop out from the dashboard. You will of course also notice the fact that this car comes with a lot of carbon fiber on the dashboard as well as some other trimmings on the door panels. And what that really means is that the RS7 feels a lot more special than the other cars in the Audi range. And you also get these comfortable seats which offer you excellent support as well as cushioning, and support even for your lower back is very good. That, along with these side bolsters over here, means that if you are someone who enjoys pushing this car onto the track, you will really be held into your position very firmly. Well, just like most other Audis, you get this little wheel over here which helps you operate the menus on this system. Of course, you can operate the stereo, the Bluetooth, as well as the car's navigation and other settings. And this MMI tech from Audi really does help free the clutter from this dashboard. Well, now let's check out if the back seat on this Audi is as impressive as the ones on the front. Well, so here I'm inside the rear seats now of the RS7, and as you can see, despite that sloping roofline on the outside, I have decent place for my head, and the headroom is pretty decent as well, and my height for reference is 5'10". And even though I have adjusted the front seats for my height and my driving position, I still have decent amount of knee room, and I have place below the front seats where I can put my feet. So in that sense, it's a good place to be. The only downside, of course, is that the transmission tunnel over here is huge. Remember, this is a Quattro, which means a four-wheel drive car, and that means that there's a big hump over here for the drive shaft. Well, so even though it's only a two-seater at the back because of this huge transmission tunnel, it is a very luxurious place to be. And you also get your own climate control zones over here. You get 2 climate control zones, which means this car has a total of 4. But the best part about this car is its split personality. Now, even though it is a performance car, you can drive it without any problems at all when you are stuck in traffic like I am at the moment, as you can see. It's still an easy car to drive, no hassles at all. And if I don't want it to make too much noise, I can of course choose the engine sound settings on the drive select system. Well, not only does it offer you engine, suspension, steering wheel settings, but it also offers you the kind of noise and the amount of noise that the exhaust throws out. Well, this car of course comes with a 4-litre petrol engine which is turbocharged, and it develops about 560 bhp of power and 700 Nm of torque. Yes, I am not misreading those figures. It is actually 560 bhp and 700 Nm. Phenomenal figures to say the least. Well, this of course is the same engine which is also found on the Audi R8. So in that sense, that's the sporty angle to the car. But also what adds to the sense of sportiness is the fact that it's a Quattro system, which means that power is sent to all 4 wheels, and that along with those thick and massive tires on the outside mean that grip levels are absolutely first rate. And of course, when you're pushing this car into the corner, this car really does feel as if it is driving on rails. And if you are someone who enjoys taking his car out on the track, then the RS7 is one of the best weapons out there. And of course, you can take your family on the track also in this car, because it is a 4-seater at the end of the day, remember that. Well, in terms of performance, the RS7 manages to touch 100 from standstill in less than 4 seconds. It's officially 3.9 according to Audi, and that alone means that this Audi is in serious supercar territory. This car really does send a shiver down your spine every time you press that accelerator pedal hard and really put the hammer down. Well, you also get Audi's phenomenal 8-speed automatic gearbox to access all that power, and you can also use it manually by, of course, using these flappy pedals over here right behind the steering wheel. Well, the gearbox in this car is really crisp, and there's no lag whatsoever when you change gears. That's largely because it comes with a dual clutch system, and that, along with the fact that this engine is a really rev happy motor, means that this car really does pick up pace in a hint of a second. And before you know it, you can actually be doing illegal speeds on the highway. So you have to be very careful with the throttle, and you really have to feather it if you don't want to be caught by the authorities out there. Well, if you are someone who enjoys getting shoved back into the back of these seats, then what you need to do is just shove that right leg of yours and push that accelerator pedal all the way down, and this car really does deliver some phenomenal performance. And I don't really have to show you to prove it, do I? Whoa, that is absolutely phenomenal. And I'm sorry because my cameraman is moving around with the camera. This goes to show you that you have to warn the passenger on the other side before you do that move. Well, what the RS7 essentially does is that it offers you the power of the much bigger R8 supercar, but in a very accessible package, and in a package which is very easy for the average driver to drive. Now this of course is a car which you can drive on a day-to-day basis, and you can drive yourself if you are lucky enough to have that kind of cash. So in that sense, it is really the best of both worlds. It offers you all the luxury and comfort of Audi A7 along with the performance of an Audi R8. All that along with this gorgeous cabin and those phenomenal looks on the outside mean that if you are someone who has this kind of cash, then this is the car to go for. Not only is it a showstopper in the way it looks, it's also a showstopper in the way it drives.